Hello everyone, I'm from group number 1 and my name is Greta. It is so nice to have a chance introducing our topic for today. It is called Taiwanese. You may wonder, why Taiwanese? It is because many of the families in Taiwan have a phenomenon that parents and grandparents can speak Taiwanese very well, but their children just can't speak as fluently as their seniority. In fact, they don't even have to speak Taiwanese in their daily life because they speak Chinese instead of Taiwanese while talking to their parents and friends. So that is the reason why we want to introduce this topic. I'll be starting with the recent using situation of Taiwanese, and later on, my teammates will introduce the history and the related literary works of Taiwanese. Also, we'll be teaching some simple words that can be used here in Taiwan. Taiwanese was once called Hokkien in Fujian from 15th to 20th centuries because there was a language for people who lived in Fujian. Unfortunately, as time goes on, the percentage of people who sing Taiwanese as their conventional language is gradually decreasing. Here's the research according to the Language Vitality Assessment, which evaluates the inheritance situation of particular language. Among about 2,100 valid questionnaires, there is only 16% of children speak Taiwanese in their family, and about 30% of people think that they cannot have an effective communications if using Taiwanese as their daily language. Here's another research from Guohua Yap in 2013. The result indicates that 70% of people who was born before 1945 speak Taiwanese. However, there is only 22% of people born between 1986 and 1994 using Taiwanese as their conventional language. In conclusion, most of the research illustrates that fewer and fewer people speak Taiwanese. The phenomenon of decreasing usage rate of Taiwanese can be explained by many reasons, such as government policies and industrial structure these days. The former will be introduced by the next teammate, so let's focus on the latter. The industrial structure can be roughly distinguished into two parts. The first one is North Taiwan, such as Taipei, Hsinchu, or Taichung, are mainly developing electronics in the industry. These kind of jobs usually require younger age of people because they tend to have a quick reaction capability to deal with unexpectedly situation. While solving the problems, they will spontaneously using Chinese to have an effective communication instead of Taiwanese. On the other hand, in South Taiwan like Yunlin, Jiayi, and Tainan, they are known as agricultural societies. Like we just mentioned before, a high percentage of young people leave countryside, striving for more job opportunities in North Taiwan. So most of the rest are elderly people that make a living as farmers or any other profession relating to agriculture. These elderly people were growing up in a Taiwanese speaking environment. They spoke Taiwanese not only in their family but also at schools because there was a regulations at that time. So most of them can speak Taiwanese very fluently. As time goes by, the usage rate of Taiwanese decreases. Let's focus on the government policies, starting with the history of Taiwanese.
Taiwanese have a profound history, which can be traced back to the Qing dynasties. After King Shi Huang the Sixth Kingdom, and planned to attack under process. He gathered soldiers to open the canal. Let's go! Now we can go look canal video. Let's go.
나는 구일인에서 차로 1시간 거리인 싱안으로 향했다. 소수민족과 관계가 깊은 진시황이 건설한 링치 운하를 보기 위해서다. 2200년 전 만들어진 운하가 아직도 옛 모습을 그대로 간직하고 있다. 링치 운하는 양쯔강의 지류인 상강과 주강의 지류인 리장을 연결하는 36km의 운하로 한족의 남방 진출에 결정적 역할을 했다. 기원전 221년 천하를 통일한 진시황은 5년 동안 10만 명의 군사를 동원해 링치 운하를 건설하고 남방 정벌에 나서 구일인의 군현을 설치했다.
And more for the soldier work in the Shang and Wei areas. Therefore, the original Taiwanese was introduced into other places, and the plastry for time different in different regions. There are different functions for Taiwanese. In Taiwan, Taiwanese have different stature at different times. The Zheng periods said he was a Fukinese, a long number for home people admitted to Taiwan. So Taiwanese is the official language with conducting billions with 4 countries. Then Taiwanese is the most spoken language on the island for Taiwan. To the Japanese occupation periods, the Japanese government defined the language most spoken by Taiwanese or Taiwanese. Early Taiwanese refer to Taiwanese that do not accept the info from Western Japanese and Nanyang. After the Renonic for China tour of Taiwan in 1945, the Chinese Mandarin movement was implemented. Stick reduction was imposed until 1949. Where the Republic for China left the martial law and abandoned the Mandarin movement, that have switched to the promotion for local language. In 2000, the Republic for China promulgated the line on economic potential for mass transportation vehicles, and Taiwanese becomes one for the stopwatch broadcast language for public transportation. In recent years, the National Language Development Act, which passed in December, marked Taiwanese as one for Taiwan. The National Language Development Act, which passed in